Tutor Cletus Okoli. Today, I'll be teaching exponential quadratic equation, that is, indicial equation leading to quadratic equations. I have two examples. The first one, 4 raised to the power x minus 2 raised to the power x plus 2 equal to 32. Let's begin. I want you to know that 4 raised to the power x can be written as 2 raised to the power 2x. So I will write 4 raised to the power x as 2 raised to the power 2x minus 2 raised to the power x. This 2 raised to the power x plus 2, I will write it as 2 raised to the power x times 2 raised to the power 2. That is, applying the law of indices, multiplication law of indices, equal to 32. Alright, so next, I will write this as 2 raised to the power x into the bracket raised to the power 2 minus 2 raised to the power x. Of course, 2 raised to the power 2 here is 4. Everything equal to 32. What do I want to achieve here now? I want to represent it as a quadratic equation. I want it to look like a quadratic equation. And to achieve that, what I will do, let y be equal to 2 raised to the power x. Meaning, anywhere I see 2 raised to the power x, I will call that y, letter y. So I have 2 raised to the power x here. I have also 2 raised to the power x here. This implies that 2 raised to the power x here will give me y raised to the power 2. That is 2 raised to the power x is y, then power 2. Then minus 2 raised to the power x, which is y multiplied by 4, equal to 32. Okay? Good. We continue. You can see that we can use this 4 to multiply y to write it as y raised to the power 2 minus 4y. Then I will move this 32 by the right hand side to the left hand side, and it becomes minus 32, everything now equal to 0. Looking at this, you will see that it is now a quadratic equation. See what we will do. We are now going to solve this quadratic equation quadratically. That means after solving it using any methods of quadratic equation, we will get the values of y. That values of y is what will now come to this place where we say let y equal to 2 raised to the power x. When we now get the value of y in this quadratic equation, we will now come here and replace this value of y, that is, substitute the value of y in order to get the value of x. Because what the question asked us to do is to get the value of x in this exponential quadratic equation. So, let's dive into quadratic equation. As you know that we have 4 methods in quadratic equation. We have a factorization method, we have a quadratic formula, we have a completing the square method, we also have graphical method. So I want us here to use formula method, that is quadratic formula. I have made video on quadratic formula. So if you do not know it well, find my video in my channel and watch where I taught on how to solve quadratic equation using quadratic formula. So let's use it here. Now, I will have the quadratic formula written as y equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Everything all over 2a. What I have written is called quadratic formula. Now, in this quadratic formula, I have letters a, b, and c. So I want to find the values from this quadratic equation that are equivalent to a, b, and c. So the coefficient of y squared here is my a, and it is 1. The coefficient of y here is my b, and it is equal to -4. While the value of c is equal to negative 32. Meaning, I am going to substitute the values of A, B, and C into this formula in order to get the value of y. When I get that value of y, I come and plug it in here, I will get the value of x as required by the question. So, let's dive in. So we have substitution. B is minus 4. I have minus 4 plus or minus square root of minus 4 raised to the power 2. Bracket open, 4 in the formula times my A, which is 1, then times my C, which is minus 32, everything all over 2 times A, which is 1. Okay, now if I solve on, this is going to give me y equal to minus 4 will now be 4. Then plus or minus square root of C minus 4 squared will give me plus 16. Watch out and see that there is negative sign outside this bracket and there is another negative sign inside the bracket. So minus times minus will give me plus. Then 4 times 1 is 4 times 32. 32 times 4, 4 times 2, 8, 4 times this. So that will give me 128. 128. Everything all over 2. So if I move further, I will have 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 128 is 144, everything all over 2. Okay, let's write up. Then I will now have y equal to 4 plus or minus 4 plus or minus the square root of 144 is 12. Okay, I now write it. The square root of 144 is 12. Everything all over 2. At this point, I can now get the value of y. How? I will take plus, get the first answer. Of course, the answers will be 2. The values of y will be 2 because y is quadratic here. Y is quadratic, y is raised to the power 2. So, I will take 4 plus 12 over 2 to get the first answer. I will do the same thing to get the second answer. So, I have y is equal to 4 plus 12 over 2. I will do it again. Y is equal to 4 minus 12 over 2. So if I work on this, it will give me 16 over 2, which is equal to 8. Alright. Next, I move here. 4 is equal to, y is equal to 4 minus 12, which is negative 8 all over 2, giving me minus 4. So the values of y are 8 and minus 4. I have now gotten the values of y. But if you look and see, I have one positive value of y and another negative value of y. For me to replace it here, I do not need the negative value of y. What I will use is the positive value of y. So we are not going to use negative 4 to get the value of x. Now, from y equal to 2 raised to the power x, anywhere I see y, because I have gotten it to be equal to 8, I will replace it to be 8. Okay? I am not going to use negative 4. Y cannot be negative number. Alright. So, now we have 8 is equal to 2 raised to the power x, and therefore 2 raised to the power 3 is equal to 2 raised to the power x, meaning that x now is equal to 3. Final answer. Good. So what it now means is that 4 raised to the power x minus 2 raised to the power x plus 2 equal to 32, that the value of x in this equation is equal to 3. Final answer. Thank you. Now that I have done the first example, I expect that the second one will now be easier because you have now gotten a clue on how to do it. We are going to replicate exactly what we have done here in the second example. That is, applying the knowledge that we have acquired in this example in solving this. So before I do anything, before I write anything down, I want you to say it in your mind and you see that you'll be very correct. Please do not leave the video. Share the video, subscribe to the video. This is a way you can support me. Let's continue. In example 2, always say something in your mind before I write it down. What I will do, I will write this applying the law of indices as I did here. So that is going to be 2 raised to the power 2x times 2 raised to the power 1. I have now written it in form of indices, applying the multiplication law of indices because of plus 1. Then plus 2 raised to the power x minus 1 equal to 0. That is what I have there. So we continue. Like I did this place, 2 raised to the power 2x, I wrote it as 2 raised to the power x in brackets raised to the power 2. I will do the same thing here. And that is going to give me 2 raised to the power x, everything raised to the power 2, multiplied by 2 raised to the power 1 is 2, then plus 2 raised to the power x minus 1 equal to 0. So, what it means now is that anywhere I see 2 raised to the power x, I will call it y. So, let y be presented with 2 raised to the power x. So, applying that, I will replace this place with y. It will now give me y raised to the power 2, then times 2, then here will be plus y raised to the power 2 minus 1 equal to 0. So it is now almost like a quadratic equation. I will use this 2 to multiply y squared. It will give me 2y squared, then plus y squared minus 1 equal to 0. This is now a quadratic equation. It is now a quadratic equation, 2y squared plus y minus 1 equal to 0. It is a quadratic equation. So, I will now still make use of quadratic formula to get the value of y. And when I get the value of y, I will substitute that value of y where I say let y be equal to 2 raised to the power x in order to get the value of x, because the question is given to me in terms of x. So I am expected to get the answer for x, that is the value of x after solving it. So here, let's go. Using quadratic formula, y will be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything all over 2a. Here, the coefficient of y squared, as I did this place, my coefficient of y squared is 2. My coefficient of y here, not squared, is just 1. And the value of c here is negative 1. So I have gotten the values of a, b, and c as contained in the quadratic formula. What I will now do is substitution, replacing the values of a, b, and c into the quadratic formula in order to get that values of y, because y is expected to be 2 answers since it is a quadratic equation. In every quadratic equation, we expect 2 answers. Alright? Good. So, substitution, I will now have y equal to b. Here is 1, so I have minus 1, minus in the formula, plus or minus square root of 1 squared, okay, that is b, then minus 4 times my AC. A now is 2 times 2, my C is negative 1. Everything over 2 times A, and my A here is 2, okay? So, y will be equal to minus 1 plus or minus square of 1 will give me 1. Again, 4 times 2, 8. But note that there is minus outside bracket and there is minus inside the bracket, making this sign to change to plus. That is minus times minus, giving us plus. So 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 1 is still 8. All over 2 times 2, which is 4. So I have y is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 9. That is 1 plus 8. All over 4. Okay? Now, moving forward, I'll have y equal to minus 1 plus or minus 3 over 4. That is square root of 9 is equal to 4. We are almost there to get the value of y. Maybe in less than a minute we'll be done with the whole video. Alright, so let's now get the actual value of y. It is now going to be y equal to, I will take plus and get the value of y for plus. I will take negative sign since I have plus or minus. So I will now have minus 1 plus 3 over 4. Or I have y equal to minus 1 minus 3 over 4. If I do this, minus 1 plus 3 will give me 2 over 4, which can be reduced to 1 over 2. Also, y equal to minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4 over 4, which can be written as minus 1. So the values of y are half and the minus 1. Like we did here, we said that we don't need the negative number because y cannot be negative in getting the value of x here. Y cannot be negative, okay? So from this from y equal to 2 raised to the power x, that is this place, I have used quadratic equation to get the values of y. In these values of y, 1 over 2 is positive, I will use it, but minus 1 is negative, I will not use it. So anywhere I see y, I put 1 over 2. So I have 1 over 2 equal to 2 raised to the power x. 1 over 2 is the same thing as 2 raised to the power negative 1 equal to 2 raised to the power x. You can now see that the bases are equal, just as I had it here, 2 raised to the power 3, 2 raised to the power x. I cancel the bases, so I can now cancel the bases and have it that x is equal to negative 1. Final answer. Good. So this is how it flows. Exponential quadratic equations, that is, indicial equations leading to quadratic equation. When you begin to solve it, it will lead you to quadratic equation. You now solve the quadratic equation and then continue. That is what the topic is all about. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I am Tutor Cletus Okoli. Share my videos to your friends. God bless you.